What's up guys? Today we're going to look at how the rich stay rich in the UK. So I've worked in banking, specializing in credit risk for 13 years. I've written lending policies and standards and procedures for international global banks, detailing who the banks should be looking to lend to, why they should lend to them, and how. And the wealthier a potential customer is, the more credit worthy that they are. Banks love lending it to rich people like Yogi Bear loves picnic baskets. And the first lesson of being in the Wealth Fight Club is you keep your wealth at all costs. This is how the rich stay rich in the UK and everywhere else in the world. Guys, there are certain financial habits that the super rich in this country tend to demonstrate more than any other group of people. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what they are and how to use them yourself. And I'm going to back this up with official data for the Office for National Statistics covering the spending habits of all 67 million people in this country. Stick around. Welcome back to the channel guys. Do me a solid by hitting that like button and share this video with a friend or a family member. My goal is to build a wealth building community on this platform and I need your help to do that, so smash that like button. So in the UK, as far as income is concerned, the government divides the population into 5 groups. You've got the top 20% who are the richest people in the nation. You have the next 20% who are the next richest, the next 20% below that, and so on and so forth until you get to 5 groups in a 20% band totaling 100%. Now, the top 20% in the UK, those people earn an average wage of £74,000 in case you were wondering. The next 20% earn £39,000. The next 20 after that is £28,000. The next 20 after that is £20,000 on average. And then the bottom 0 to 20% of the nation earn an average of £10,000 per annum. In case you're wondering, the national average wage is currently £34,000. Now, what's the difference between the richest 20% in this country and the bottom 20%? So when we do the math, the top earners earn 7.4 times the salary of the bottom, yet they only spend 3.7 times more. So what does that mean in practice? Well, what this means is that rich people spend a smaller percentage of their total income than the poorest 20% of the nation. So they therefore keep more of their money. It's really simple maths, guys. This isn't me poverty shaming. I grew up in a council estate, working class, low income. We had one of those electric key meters, if you know what they are. If you know guys, low income living. Now, I have a good income now. I own 4 properties. Praise Jesus, God is good. But guys, if you take nothing else from this video, I really want you to get this embedded into your psyche. Spend less than you earn. We're going way back to basics with this one. And how do you do that? Well, 3 words. Use a budget. You need a budget. You need a budget. It's the foundation of everything, guys. In finance, throughout my career, when I'm working with clients and people, we tell them they need budgets, they need financials, projections. You can't manage what you don't measure. So start one today, guys. I promise you won't regret it. Now, when we contrast the top 20% with the bottom 20% of the country, we can see that they spend more than they earn every month to the tune of £4,000 per year. So they spend £4,000 more per year than they get in income. They are in perpetual debt, guys. This is really the key difference between the rich and the poor. Your salary actually isn't a primary factor when it comes to building wealth. Of course it helps, but what really is a primary factor is the difference between what you spend and what you earn. I could earn 100k per year and spend every penny of it per year, okay? Somebody else could earn 30k per year. They could spend 20k per year and invest 10k. Who's invested more by the end of that? It's a person on 30k, okay? That person has built more wealth than me, even though I earn 70k more than them per year. It's all about how you budget, guys. The statistics show that the richest 20% of the country are saving an average of £22,000 per year, whilst the bottom 20% do not save anything. In fact, they are minus 4.2k, £4,200. So they are in debt, they don't save. So that's the first way in which the rich keep their wealth. They spend less than they earn, they save that money and they invest that money to build their wealth. Now let's look at housing costs. These are a very important category of costs to look at also, guys. For the majority of us, rent is, or the mortgage, is going to be the biggest cost that we pay each month. out of everything, unless you're in the top 20% where your biggest cost might be your butler or your super yacht, okay? One day, we're all trying to get there. But when we look at the population statistics, the richest 20%'s housing costs are only 10% of their income. For the poorest 20%, it's 35%, a third of their total income. That's a huge difference, guys, in numerical and percentage terms. And the really important lesson that is here for us, guys, and I'm going to give it to you raw, is choose your home where you live wisely. For most of us, it's going to be the single biggest purchase or ongoing cost of our lives if we're paying rent. So think very carefully about living in, say, a trendy prestige area, okay, just so that you can tell your people that, oh, I live in so-and-so postcode or so-and-so area, because you're going to pay for that, literally. It's going to be at least tens, most likely hundreds of thousands of extra pounds during your lifetime, just for a decision to live in one area versus another based on prestige. Guys, if you can get the same house, the same level of comfort, the same level of contentment in one area, and it costs less than another, it's a no-brainer. And by the way, if you're anything like me, I know some of you might see these numbers and say £7,000 per year, how? But I'm speaking particularly to you fellow Londoners out there. This is an average for the whole of the UK. Believe it or not, most of the country doesn't charge £1,000 for a box room in a house share, okay? The rest of the nation is considerably cheaper than London when it comes to rent and house prices. Okay, our understanding of rent and house prices is massively warped by living in this crazy bubble that we call London. Then lastly, when we look at wealth, this is where things get real crazy, guys. We saw that the top 20% make 7.4 times the amount of income per year when compared to the bottom 20%. But this is a whole different source when it comes to wealth. So we're talking about the assets that you've accumulated and own, like property, stocks, pensions, etc. The top 20% have 39 times the wealth, 39 times of the bottom 20%. Their average wealth is £1.7 million compared to the bottom 20%, which is £16,000, which makes sense if you're spending more than you earn throughout your whole lifetime and not saving throughout your whole lifetime. How in the French toast can you buy assets and build your wealth, okay? So guys, that's how, when we look at the data from the Office of National Statistics, it tells us that's how the rich build their wealth, and they, most importantly, keep their wealth. Because once you start building wealth, you don't have to be super rich. You don't have to own a yacht or own a mansion or own a Mercedes to start protecting your wealth. That starts now. If you're watching this right now, start now. You protect your wealth by saving, by buying assets, by spending less than you earn. It should be part of actually building wealth. The two go hand in hand. So that's today's video, guys. I hope you found it useful. Share this with a friend. Subscribe, comment, like. I need all of that, guys. And I'll see you guys next week.